This one's kind of a dual one, customizable active abilities, either for the general or for units. I know you had them in tier 9 and 10. I would like it moved down through the majority, if not all of the tiers, maybe not the first couple, for the unit abilities. Also faction locked. I don't want, testudo barbarians running around. That is completely immersion breaking. Sorry, immersion is a big deal for me in games. And, to have the insane speed of a barbarian unit with a testudo is just
More below gladiators.
yeah, clears throat. But yeah, some sort of a customizable thing, maybe with your general too. I know for Hannibal specifically, I played a ton of Hannibal, pretty much my main back in the old arena days. His first ability outside of elephants was really not. I mean, it was nice for getting around the battlefield, but if you got hit by archers, even if you were heavy infantry, you got your health bar obliterated. So, and there was just so many other abilities from Carthage that you might want to take instead. I wouldn't say be able to change all three. That would be way too much tailoring. Maybe one general ability, if at all. But again, this is just. We throw the idea on the wall. They choose whether they want it and how they're going to balance it.
Mm-hmm. So I actually, as you were talking, I had an idea of how to implement it. So back in Steam version, we actually had 4 commander abilities instead of 3. So you could just have a set of 4 abilities and have players pick 3 of them. I mean, the ultimate ability, like vengeance, like at portas, etc.
Kind of like what
that's locked.
Defines
but
them.
then the 2 other spots, you have 3 abilities to pick there, and pick 2 out of 3, and you can make that work absolutely, as long as you actually properly balance it. Well, that is actually change to the balance of the game itself, quite deeply into it actually. But yeah, idea in general seems cool. More customizable things to generals. I like it. George?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would certainly be an interesting idea. It would be quite a complex one. Like as we discussed, the balancing of it would be quite difficult. I definitely think keeping the ultimate abilities, or however you want to refer to them, as the same would definitely be a good idea. I don't want to see this like ad portas vengeance guy running around. Keep it faction lock, keep it one ultimate.
I mean, I would say keep it general locked, commander locked in terms of arena
the ultimate locked to the general for sure.
Yeah. So, for example, how I would see it, back in the day, Germanicus had his heavy infantry charge, vengeance, and then he had offensive testudo and defensive testudo. So, for example, player could pick between having a defensive or offensive testudo instead of just a testudo. Or maybe he would like to have 2 testudos and no charge, but that would make him pretty stupid. But hey, go for it if you want.
What you're suggesting is bringing back the commander's 4th abilities and having them as optional with the other 2 non-ultimates.
Yes, that's what I said even previously. Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying bring those exactly back, especially since for Carthage generals those didn't exist since they were introduced.
Yeah, and they combined Caesar's like 3rd and 4th with together.
Yeah, they also did that for Caesar. Yeah, so Caesar still kind of has 4 abilities. They're just squished into 3. So then that's a thing as well. But well, if you were to introduce such a massive change, that just shouts entire rebalance, rework of commander abilities entirely. Well, maybe not entirely, but a major part of it.
Maybe to tailor one ability or something. I don't know how you'd do it. I just remember my first ability on Hannibal. Like if you're not using it on elephants, you're basically using it to get out of your spawn, and then you never touch it again for the rest of the game. Because you're begging to get charged and have half your unit wiped out, or begging to get hit by archers and have half your unit wiped out.
I mean, hey, people were using drop shields and that was irreversible and they were fine. Drop shields OP. True. I know quite a few people that would like to see that ability back. But yeah, whatever.
Later in the podcast.
Well, if you say so, then go for it. Next feature.
Well,